Imperfect Gentleman Show.
That's the thing. When it comes to sexual harassment, this week, sexual harassment is on fire. Harvey Weinstein is the biggest monster on the planet. I wonder, did people even know who Harvey Weinstein was? And the
Now
normal
we
people?
all know.
Now we all know, right?
Yep.
So now we all hate Harvey Weinstein and what he did. My biggest problem isn't with Harvey Weinstein, actually. It's with all the people that knew what was going on and said nothing, because you're enabling the situation. I'm not talking about the women he victimized, because I don't like calling people who have violence against them victims. That's just demeaning to them, right? He victimized people. Fine. What about all the people, the secretaries and the other producers and directors and everyone who knew?
Yeah.
And now they're acting like they didn't know, or they're like, he's a horrible person. So now that it's safe and it doesn't affect your career, now you speak up?
Yeah, it's so true, because at some point, when the girl sat next to him and he was like, because I'm in the acting industry, like, we all go to these meetings and meet these people and, like, you have to be charming and, like, it's all a part of the game, like.
Yeah,
and
it's all about power.
These girls aren't stupid. Like, they know that, the guy is expecting something. You know what I mean? Like, he's expecting something, obviously. You just have to say no, like.
Yeah, but some women felt like if they said no, they would. Here's the thing. A phrase we used to utter even in jokes. I'll make sure you never work again in this town. Harvey Weinstein was one of the few people that could actually make that happen. So there were a lot of managers and a lot of agents who their clients would be like, this happened to me. And they'd be like, shut your mouth, take this movie
Sweep
role,
it under the rug.
and then keep going.
And sometimes...
And some women, it's hard to say no to that. It's hard to say no to that, especially if they're...
Say no to that. Nigga, if Harvey Weinstein, I would suck this nigga.
It's your career on the line. So I
saying.
understand why women, like some women would say like, yes, okay, then I can take it. If it's going to take, if this is what it takes for me to get there, then maybe yes. And I understand that part. I haven't been in that situation, but I understand both sides.
Watch this. Tehran, am I your best friend?
No.
No, it won't kill you to say it. I'm using it as an
My
example.
best friend?
Yeah.
I mean, we're friends.
Okay, I'm your friend. Okay.
Best
so do
friend?
you care for my well-being as a human?
What am I getting instead?
No, I'm just asking. Generally
Okay, you're my
speaking,
best friend, and yes,
Okay.
I care about your well-being.
For $10 million
You're
right
dead. Nigga, listen.
Exactly.
I would murder. Listen.
Exactly.
For $10 million,
And
nigga, it'd be
that's-
your birthday. You'd be like, oh, you got me a gift this year? And be like, pop.
And that's why I don't want people to blame the victim, because once you're in those shoes, and let's say your whole life, you've had this Hollywood dream and you're standing right in front of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
it's like there's someone in front of you. You
like
just have to do this.
7.2 million. I think you'd be done.
7.2.
Listen,
See, not even 10.
No, actually, it depends. Is it cash? Is it
It's
surety
cash,
bonds?
baby. It's cash.
Like, is it
It's
like
cash.
20s?
Cash in the
Because I
bank.
feel like if it was
Hundreds.
100, no, it need to be 20s.
20s?
So that I could use
You
it.
could use it.
And
Okay.
more
But
easily
you
readily.
see what I'm saying though? Like when you have this
1.6
life goal,
million.
this okay, we get it. You want me to die? This life dream.
Yeah.
And there's a compromise you have to make. It is a humanistic instinct to say, I want to take this risk. And that's why I don't want to blame the victims, because it's easy to say you were wrong for enabling this. But if you were in their shoes, and just because maybe what happened, the action was wrong, doesn't mean that they are wrong. Doesn't mean that they're as a person is wrong. Their decision is debatable. But what was wrong was not the victim. It was the person putting them in that position. And what we need is less people in those positions to put people in those positions. And that's what it boils down to for me.
But I think with like girls speaking up right now, like it's gonna slow down the dance, like you boys are gonna be like, okay, yeah, I can't do this.
No, here's the problem. It's not that boys are going to be like, I can't do this. In their minds, and I've seen this actually very recently, I can't do this because I will be caught. There's a difference.
Yeah.
That's true.
When we say a lot of things, and this is very important, is that we talk often about how many women are raped, how many women are harassed, how many women are victimized and assaulted, but we rarely talk about how many men are raping, how many men are harassing and assaulting and victimizing women. We always say the women's version of the statistic.
Yeah.
We never state it's the men's fault. We talk about women, how many women are pregnant and how many women get pregnant without a father, but we never talk about how many men are impregnating women and not sticking around. We never talk about that side. In fact, we even say violence against women. How about men committing violence against women? That is a full sentence. So we're actually passively taking men out of the equation as if it just happened to women instead of that men, for the most part, because I know, like, I live in West Hollywood, so it's a lot of these Justin Bieber looking Bush Dykes that are doing it too. But men who are victimizing women, we are the problem. So don't just say boys will be boys. Don't say, oh, I care because I have a daughter. Say, I will raise my son right. Yeah. And that way it will not be a problem because I will teach my son a very important skill that I learned in kindergarten and I think everyone learned. Keep your hands to yourself.